We're here at GDC 2015, and we just tried a Sixense demo. We missed it last year. They've done some refinement. This is a new version. It's the Lightsaber demo.
Right, so Sixense it's a motion tracker. They did a Kickstarter, and they basically built that technology behind, for example, the Hydra, where you have controllers you can hold up, they sensor the base station, and
It uses a magnetic field to tell position in 3D space, so it's not using gyroscopes, accelerometers, any of that kind of stuff. And you get 6 degrees. You get lateral movement, orientation, the whole thing, at a very high pace, like 4 milliseconds per frame, so like 240 hertz updates, which is really good.
The latency is good, and also really the precision is good. This demo did a few things. The demo showed Sixense in VR standing up, which we haven't done before. It's still a tethered experience, but some things they've built into the demo, for example, boundaries. We talked about this before. If you're going to be doing VR sitting up or sitting down in your room, how do you know where your furniture is? Now, if there was a camera mapping the room, that would be easy, but there's no camera built in the system, so you can do your own mapping yourself.
So yeah, one of the things that they do with the newer version of the dev kit that they've been sending out to Kickstarter backers is when you get it, you move this without the goggles on. You move the sensor around the place that you want to be active, and then when you get up near the edge of it, it gives you this kind of subtle red grid. It looks like a force field effect from like Last Starfighter or something like that, that says, hey, maybe take a step back, which works really well. I felt like, so using the controllers, we've used the versions of the controllers before, I felt like the movement for the lightsaber stuff, it's a little bit of a cheat because it is stuff that we are intimately familiar with. I mean, I love the sounds make me feel happy, right?
Your brain and your anticipation is doing a lot of the work.
Right.
But it fulfilled that fantasy.
It was really good.
The VR fantasy of lightsabers was something we wanted when the Wiimote came out.
Yeah.
This, I think, fulfills it. And laser fire, you're not going to get resistance, no haptic feedback.
I don't think you need inertia for lightsabers.
You don't need it for lightsabers. The people we saw running the demo, or using the demo before us, it really brought an awareness of how silly you can look, how goofy you can look standing around in your room with VR, stretching out and trying to slice things.
I looked cool in VR, right?
We'll look cool in VR, right? You guys aside.
You were super serious. You were all like, I'm Anakin Skywalker.
It's the fantasy.
I'm going to block all the lightsaber bolts.
And at the end of the demo, I think one of the coolest things was you were able to put the controller in a virtual representation of the base station exactly where it was.
On both ends. You picked them up. So you put the goggles, usually at these demos, you put the goggles on and then you put your hands out like this and somebody rests a controller in your hands. With this, you could see them in front of you. When you moved your head, the orientation of the base station and the controllers is in the right place. You reach out and more or less just grabbed them. It was a little tentative. I feel like 3 times into that, I would just be reaching out and grabbing them immediately. Yeah. I thought this was a really lovely demo. I can't wait to see more of what they're doing. And this was actually running on the Unreal Engine. So last year it was Unity. They're saying that they get really good representation of movement in Unreal. It's one of the first VR things I've seen with the Unreal Engine. It wasn't like the Epic Citadel or something like that.
And this is less about the headset, more about a VR controller, something that we haven't felt like there's been a perfect solution for.
It felt very much like the Move, which is, I think the Move is my favorite VR controller right now. This was comparable to that, which is high praise, I think.
We can't wait to get one of these dev kits in-house to do lightsaber fights in the office.
That's all I want to do.
And we'll have more from GDC 2015, more virtual reality stuff on tested.com. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.
It's just right there. See you guys later.